ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're so glad you're here. Tonight we have a special guest for you here to describe a word that most of you probably don't know. Please give it up for Blue Jay Moon.
You are not wrong. All the others are not bad. True that they're not your Prince Charming, but all litotes are not ordinary, or not even half bad. You may be asking, or you might not. But litotes are not a big task to be thought. Start with understanding. See not the positive, only the negative. If you're still confused, here's another one you can use. 'Twas a rough night, said King Macbeth. A little water clears us of this deed. Please, that house is lady. These litotes can come with ease if you uncover the mask and understand what it means. In case literature in school made no sense to you, a litote is an interesting word that describes a variation of an understatement. It's a phrase that makes the statement seem less significant than it is by denying the opposite side. For example, in the lovely poem I recited earlier, I used the example, "'Twas a rough night," from Shakespeare's Macbeth, which was an extreme understatement. Let me give you some context. The night before, Macbeth had coldly murdered King Duncan while he was peacefully at rest. If I reformed this same exact phrase by saying, "'Twas not the calmest of nights," that would be a litote, because I am denying the opposite, making this murderous night into a slightly agitated one. It downplays the seriousness of that night. Another example from this play is when Lady Macbeth states, "A little water clears us of this deed." The phrases "a little water" and "deed" undermine the seriousness of the action of killing, which Shakespeare purposefully uses to develop the increasing craziness of their mental state. Shakespeare shows that Macbeth is changing.
Excuse me.
Go ahead and stand up. What's your name?
Serena?
Well, we are very glad to have you tonight, Serena. What questions do you have for me?
Well, I'm not a fan of Shakespeare, so are there, any other examples you could, provide for me?
Yeah, of course. Most of you are familiar with the movie Beauty and the Beast. Maybe some of you will recognize this lyric, "True that he's not Prince Charming." And I bet most of you recognize that from my poem and didn't realize that it was, well, a litote. She uses those words to address her true emotions in a subtle form. The creator used those specific words so we can notice the change in Belle's feelings towards the beast without exaggerating the fact. So as you continue on with your lives, try to look out for this special literary device. You might find it interesting. Anyways, thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We hope you enjoyed it and come back next week. Have a great night.
Tale as old as time,
Just have it. Why does it have
as it should be.
Alright.
Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly.